Her biology teacher. Episode 1. Her name was Clara James, a tall, quiet girl in SS2 at Gracefield College, a well-respected secondary school in Lagos. Clara was known for being brilliant, especially in sciences, but also shy and withdrawn. She barely had friends, and many of her classmates often said she was too serious for her age. Her biology teacher, Mr. Collins Adams, was in his mid-30s. He was admired by many students because of the way he explained difficult concepts with ease. His charisma made him one of the most popular teachers in the school. Female students whispered about his looks, while the male students admired his boldness and the way he carried himself. Clara respected him deeply. He had once encouraged her when she failed a test, telling her that she had potential and only needed to study smarter, not harder. That singular moment made her begin to see him as a mentor, someone she could trust outside of her parents. Before we continue, please like, comment, share and follow. It began harmlessly. Mr. Collins noticed how Clara always stayed behind after classes to ask questions about cell biology, genetics, and human anatomy. He often praised her intelligence, sometimes telling her she was smarter than many boys in her class. Clara, who rarely got compliments, found herself glowing at his words. Soon, he began giving her extra textbooks, journals, and even his personal notes. At first, Clara thought it was kindness. But then, he started making comments about her appearance. "Clara, you're growing into a beautiful young woman. You're too quiet, don't let boys take advantage of your innocence." The words confused her. She was just 16, but the way he said them carried a weight she could not understand. Don't forget to like, comment, share and follow before we continue. One Friday, after school, Mr. Collins asked her to stay behind. He said he wanted to go through some practical topics with her since she had an upcoming exam. Clara felt honored. Sitting alone with her teacher in the biology lab, she noticed how his eyes lingered longer on her than they should. He leaned closer as he explained diagrams. His hand brushed against hers more than once. At first, she thought it was a mistake, but the repeated touches unsettled her. "Clara," he said softly, "you know you're very special to me. I see a future scientist in you. Don't let anyone dim your light. I want to be someone who guides you, who protects you." The words sounded protective, but his gaze was different, hungry, unsettling. That day, he asked for her phone number under the pretense of sending her study materials. Clara gave it innocently. That night, the messages started. "Did you get home safely? I was thinking about you. You looked beautiful in class today." Clara didn't know how to respond. She felt both flattered and afraid. Please, click on the follow button before we continue. Over the following weeks, Mr. Collins grew bolder. He would ask Clara to meet him in empty classrooms, promising to help her prepare for WAC. But instead of focusing on lessons, he asked about her personal life, if she had a boyfriend, if she had ever been kissed. Clara always shook her head shyly. One afternoon, he touched her shoulder and whispered, "Don't be afraid of me. I'll never hurt you." But the way his hands slid down her arm said otherwise. Clara stopped staying behind after school, but Mr. Collins began threatening her subtly. "Don't disappoint me, Clara. I've invested too much in you. If you avoid me, I'll know you don't respect me." The fear grew. She couldn't tell her parents, her father was strict, her mother would blame her for inviting nonsense. She couldn't tell her classmates either, they would laugh or call her a liar. Before we continue, please click on the follow button. The real nightmare came during a school excursion. The students were taken to the university campus for a science fair, and Mr. Collins was among the supervisors. During the trip back, he deliberately made Clara sit beside him in the front seat of the bus. His hand rested on her thigh under his jacket, hidden from others' eyes. Clara froze, tears brimming but unable to speak. When she shifted uncomfortably, he leaned into her ear and muttered, "Relax, no one will believe you if you say anything. I'm only trying to make you understand how special you are." Clara felt sick. That day, her respect for him shattered completely. Please like, comment, share and follow. Clara's grades began to drop. The once bright, confident girl became withdrawn, barely speaking in class. She avoided biology entirely, skipping practicals and sitting far away whenever Mr. Collins taught. Her classmates teased her, saying, "Biology queen has fallen." They didn't know she was battling a silent storm. At home, her mother scolded her for poor performance. Her father accused her of laziness. Clara couldn't bring herself to explain. How could she say that the teacher everyone admired had stolen her piece? The worst part was the loneliness. Mr. Collins still acted normal in public, smiling, joking, pretending nothing had happened. But whenever he caught Clara's eyes, he gave her a knowing look that made her shrink inside. Please don't forget to click on the follow button before we continue. Clara carried the secret like a stone in her chest. She hated school, hated herself, and even hated biology, the subject she once loved. She began to believe she was dirty, that maybe she had encouraged him unknowingly. By the time exams came, Clara barely managed to pass. She left Gracefield College with a bitter taste, never speaking about her ordeal. Years later, even as she entered university, the memory of Mr. Collins haunted her. She could still feel his hand on her thigh, his whispers in her ear. The world never knew her pain. And he continued teaching, perhaps preying on another innocent girl. Backhand index pointing right. That was the tragedy of Clara and her biology teacher, an intelligent girl silenced by manipulation, a predator shielded by respectability, and a wound left unhealed because society rarely listens when a girl cries out against authority. Thank you for watching. Please, like, comment, share and follow for more stories on her biology teacher. Bye for now.